Hi guys, this is Mrs. Adams. Today we're going to make creamy stovetop macaroni and cheese. Pretty straightforward and simple recipe. For safety sanitation, I'm going to clean my work surface here first. I have just some sanitizer spray that I made. For dress code today, I am just wearing my chef's coat. And if you're at home and you don't have an apron or something like that to wear, you can just make sure that you're wearing a clean shirt. And also make sure you scrub down your surfaces, and for heaven's sakes, wash your hands. Okay, for my mise en place today, I have my recipe printed off. I have 2 pounds of elbow macaroni. You could use any shape of pasta. This just happened to be what I had, and since it's the traditional macaroni and cheese shape, I thought that was good. I have 1.5 cups of whole milk, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of Velveeta cheese. It would have been fun if I would have had some pepper jack or Gouda to put with that, but all I happen to have was Velveeta cheese. Remember, this is a processed cheese, so it has 50% natural cheese and 50% emulsifiers in it. It's nice and smooth. It's going to melt really smooth and make our macaroni and cheese really creamy. It was a little difficult to cut because it is so soft. And then I have 2 tablespoons of flour, our thickening agent. Okay, we have 4 quarts of water that's almost boiling on the stove. A little bit of salt, a little bit of oil in there. And remember, when you're cooking pasta, your water has to be boiling, otherwise the starch will leach out into the water and you'll have a big gummy mess. We're gonna dump in our pasta, our 1 pound of pasta. And give that a little stir so it doesn't all stick together. Remember, when you're heating up the water, if you have the lid on, it heats up a little quicker once you dump your pasta in. However, you want to take the lid off, otherwise it'll boil over. So I'm going to turn that down just a touch and let it cook. Okay, we're going to whisk together our flour and 1/2 cup of milk. The other 1 cup of milk is already in the saucepan on the stove, and I'm going to heat it up in just a second. We're going to whisk this together until it doesn't have any lumps. This macaroni and cheese is a quicker and easier version, so it does not make the traditional roux where you melt the fat, add the flour, cook it for a little bit, add the milk, add the cheese. We have 1 cup of milk in our pan, and we're just heating that up. Once it starts steaming, we're going to add our other part of our milk and our flour that's already been mixed together. And I don't know if you can see on the video or not, but the steam is starting to rise from it. So we're going to pour in our flour and milk. We'll whisk that about 3 to 4 minutes until it starts to get thick like a heavy cream would be. Okay, so it's probably hard to tell on the video, but it is a nice heavy cream, kind of like a gravy texture right now. We're going to put in our salt. We're going to keep whisking so it doesn't get lumps in it. We're going to turn the heat down on a low temperature now. I'm going to start adding in some cheese. We're just going to stir that until all the cheese is melted and it's nice and creamy. You can see while our sauce is cooking, our pasta is also cooking. It'll be ready in just a minute also. We can drain that and put it all together. Okay, it looks like all of our cheese is melted and it's nice and smooth and creamy. We're just going to turn that off and let that sit for just a little bit because our pasta is almost done. Want our pasta al dente, which means tender crisp to the tooth. So we're going to take out a piece and we're going to cut it in half. And we're looking for it to be all one color throughout it. We don't want any white part in the center, which means it wouldn't be done. Probably the best way is just to taste it. Make sure it's nice and tender. We are ready to drain. We have drained our pasta, so there's no water left on it. Now we're going to put it back in the pan and then pour our cheese sauce on top. I'm pouring my pasta back into my pan. And I'm going to pour my cheese sauce on top. See if I can give that a little stir while I'm holding the camera. We'll give it a little taste and see if it needs anything as far as seasonings go, and it's ready to eat. Okay, I'm going to plate up my macaroni and cheese today. I just put a little bit of some freshly ground pepper on the top, and then I had a few pieces of bacon and caramelized onions that I had from a dish last night that I'm just going to sprinkle on the top, and we're ready to eat.